Good morning, everyone. I'm sure you've woke up to a pile of scraps before in your sewing room. And I thought today I would just show you some ideas of what I do with my scraps. And I happen to have this just big bag of stuff. This is it. And now it's kind of organized. Um, I had 4 different people make quilts for me out of my new line of fabric, um, Meadowbrook, and I hadn't really sorted through everything. And I don't normally end up with this much stuff after a quilt, but I thought it was a good way just to talk with you about it. So any pieces that were kind of quarter yard-ish ended up, just folded this way. They're like a fat quarter. That's the way we do the fat quarters at the Stitchin Post. So those are bigger pieces. Then these are like wider strips, but some of them were cut clear across the fabric. And some of the quilts I had the girls make were very scrappy, so we have a lot of those left. And what's interesting when you start stacking them, I just picked them up as I went. But look at what this bit of orange does in there, and the bit of magenta with the blue and green, because it's basically a blue and green collection with a bit of orange and magenta. So sometimes I get my best ideas when everything is in this big messy pile, and a fabric will end up touching another fabric. I never dreamed of putting the two together. So I don't mind cutting up because I get some good ideas. Then these are some more squarish pieces. Some happen to be, longer squares, but I just folded them in half. Then we get down to the smaller pieces, and these are kind of little oddball wider strips. And I do a lot with strip piecing. And these I use so much. I really like to make pin cushions, and I do a lot of strip piecing and then cutting it up and using it in some of my designs. And I could take a ribbon or a string and just tie this shut, which I think I will. But I use all of these different sizes. Now, I want to show you how I used to do all my scraps. I just threw them in a Ziploc bag. And so I pulled out, this is an older bag I have that is mostly black and white and gray. And I did make a log cabin quilt out of a little bit larger bag like this. And I added green to the mix. So I still have a few bags that are like this. The bad thing about the bag is that everything gets kind of wrinkled. So when you get ready to use it, then you need to press everything. So that's an idea. This is the beginning of when I was cleaning up something else. I had started, these strips were from another project. And you can see there's quite a few different solids in here. And one of the reasons of organizing this is that if then you can figure out what kind of container you want to put them in, or if you have a shelf, you can put them on. You always know where they are. You aren't searching everything, trying to figure out what, you did. Here's another pin cushion. And here's one I've had for a long time. I really love this one. I was just trying out a color palette, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not because I have these kind of soft pinks and greens, and then I had the harsher green and orange and the bit of black and white. And I really think making a pincushion, actually working with the palette of fabrics for a potential quilt, you really find out what the fabric can do for you. And this happens to be one of my all-time favorite fabrics, and I'm down to about a quarter yard of it. but I know where it is because I try to keep things somewhat organized. This is a tub that fits really good on the shelves that I have in my closet. And I just throw in scraps of batiks in here so that if I'm wanting something that is more earthy or outdoorsy feeling, I know to go to this tub. I wouldn't be putting things in here that weren't that style. This is a really old fabric, and I still have this much of it, and I just love it, but I know where it is. And look what ended up in here. And you think, well, that's kind of silly. I can't believe she even saved that. But, if I took a scant 1/4 inch off, it might slip into something. So sometimes I take this to class with me if I'm teaching like a land, simply the land, or my speaking in stone class. So then this is my kind of funky fabric container. I just happened to see these at a container store, and I love the fact there was a handle. And as I went through this last night, I found this thing that I put these together for some reason, or wanted to keep them together. And I don't even remember what it was for, but I tied them up and put the bow on. So when I take that off, maybe it will remind me what I was thinking of making. But they were somewhat similar. And as I throw things in here, these happen to be little pieces of batik, but they're smaller pieces. And then, there's a lot of little squares and things. I just kind of keep them like that. And I can come in here. This was a pile of something. So here's some magentas and something that there's some gold with the magenta. Here is part of a block that I didn't end up using in a quilt. So it just goes in here too. I'm not going to take everything out of here, but it's amazing how much I can get into here. Like here's a bunch of gray and white. And I really like working with linens, and this happens to be a piece of rust dyeing that I did. And, it's kind of gaudy over here, but, parts of it might end up in something. And so I didn't want to part with it yet. And I do part with some things. I mean, looking at this, you probably think I don't ever throw anything away, but I do. Or sometimes I will just put a bunch of this kind of stuff together in bags and take it into the store, and they put it into the grab bags. So those are just some ideas that I do. And when Violet got here to film this today, these scrappy things I was thinking of making, getting a pincushion going before she got here. And she said, well, those could go in a jar. And I did keep this little, these are little pieces. And you think, oh, I can't believe she's keeping those. But I made a rice bag with little pieces. But she said, we just put them in a jar. And this happens to be a jar that had flowers in it a week ago from a friend. And now it's got fabric in it. And here's some more things that can go in the jar. And again, when you turn, you're going to see things touching each other that something might give you some inspiration for your next project. So do a little sorting. You could also, if you belong to a guild, sometimes they have a table set out where if you want to pass things on that you don't want anymore, so you could bag up some fabric that way, and I can guarantee you somebody will find it exciting. Thank you.